Hello, hello. I am going live on today. Let's see, I'm learning something about this system. Anyway, I want to get on because I had not been on. Did I go? I don't think I went on last week. I have been working behind the scenes, doing all kinds of good and fun things. You don't know who I am? I'm Deborah, and I'm the hands behind Taylor's Yarn Creations. And so on tonight, I'm not going to be very long, hopefully. But I've been working on these little scrunchies. I did it again. Scrubbies. Scrubbies is what I'm working on. I think I have another orange one somewhere downstairs. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this one, weave the ends in. And I have just like 2 white, 1 orange. They work up real fast. And 1 orange and white. So I'm going to work on another orange and white one. I have this much left of this one. I probably can do a couple more. I don't know how many I can get out of these, but we'll see. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new to my channel, I want to say welcome. If you've already been here, you've been a long-time subscriber, I want to say welcome. Come on in, bring your projects, and let's work. I'm going to go ahead and make this into a little ball while I'm here, because once I get started, I don't want it to get tangled. So I don't know how your weather is in your area, but it's been really nice. But it's also been cold. Tonight, I don't know what the temperature is going to drop down to, but I think they said some storms or something is coming through on Wednesday. So we will see. And once I finish this, I'm going to show you my little guy. I'm going to call him, I don't know. I feel like I want to call him Fred. Don't ask me why. Nobody in particular that I know that I want to name it after, but I'm going to call him Fred. So today's been really busy. It's been a really beautiful day. I've had to get some things done. I got it done. So now I am going to, like I say, work a little bit with one more scrubby. And then I think I don't know, I kind of like this one. I think this one is cute. I kind of like that. It's like almost like a little flower. I was thinking about making another orange and white one. And then I'm going to make one that's the center is white and then the outer side is orange. I've been doing so much. I do a lot of different things. And so I'm trying to juggle everything along with just making sure I got to get on my exercise bike. I've been trying to do some stay consistent. I've been doing things to try to stay consistent, and I really enjoy it. Don't ask me why. Maybe call me weird. I don't know. I find them when I gotta move this thing out of the way. This thing, they like to mess with my screen. I find that when I do things that are and I see myself doing this pattern and I'm staying on track, I really like that. I really like staying on track and just being able to say, okay, this one, check mark. I stay consistent with it. And then because I find that if you're really consistent with one thing, it filters over to other areas, which is really, really nice. Now, I've been doing a little bit of online teaching, and I gotta get my system to work right. Because this computer, it wanted to give me the blues. But I got it did. I did it. Got it did it. Got it done. So I don't know, it's really quiet tonight. Yeah, I brought my should bring some little noise makers. I think I talked about this on last video live I did. I was talking about these scrubbies. I want to focus on working through some work in progress, some whips. I got a few things I need to make and get done, and then I'll feel better once I get them out. And then I have a few things that's been lingering for a minute. It's really interesting. Let's see. I need to play catch up with other people and see what they've been up to. I try to stay off social media sometimes. I just kind of pop in, pop out. I try to stay off of it because I feel like that's like almost like a kryptonite. If I spend too much time on it, then I find that I can just go down this, I can stay on it for a long time and never get anything done. So I try to reward myself by if I do get on social media, it's because I finished a lot of my projects. So this is the first part. I like to do the double knot, make sure it stays. I want to show you Fred. I'm calling Fred. He looks like a Fred to me. Hold on. Okay, so I got this little kit from Michael's. Looks like this. And I thought I'd get on and share this just to talk about, give it like a review. I would give this probably maybe a 4 out of 5. This is not for beginners. This is not a beginner. They call them bull, but I call mine Fred. This is not beginner because there's some things that you just kind of had to, through experience and through creating amigurumi bears, you know what to do. But if you've never done it before, it can be really challenging. So let me share with you Fred. Fred wants to make his debut. Here's Fred. You may have seen him on Instagram. That's Fred. I think he looks a lot like his picture. But I added a tail on mine. This one doesn't come with a tail. I did mine's. So, like I say, I added the tail. I did a crisscross on the back of it. And he looks pretty much like his picture. So, as far as looking like the picture, I would give it a 5 out of 5. But as far as like working on it, it's a little bit challenging. A little bit challenging to do Fred. I think. I do. Or Bo. Whatever you want to call your bear, it's your bear once you buy it. So there it is. Now I'm going to get rid of the box. And I wanted to get it because I like the fact that once you get a pattern, say for example, if I wanted to do another little bear and maybe do it in a different color, I have at least have the instructions to continue along that path. So I'm going to dismantle this box. Let me cut it. Break the box down. And it's gonna go in the trash. I got enough stuff. Enough trash. And I'm gonna do another. Let's see. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do for Christmas. I don't know when I'm gonna work on this one. But this one is a Grinch. I got this one from Hobby Lobby last year. So this one I'm gonna work on. When am I going to work on it? Probably real soon, just to see if it comes out like that, and also to be ready for Christmas. So I'll tell you what I think about it. This one, let's see if it gives skill level. But I'm gonna do this one. So I'll be working on that. This one, it tells you in the actual instructions. It'll let you know that this is not for a beginner. Skill level intermediate. Let me see. Let me see if I can circle it. And they say estimated time to complete 8 hours. See, my little light. 8 hours. How long did it take me to do him? I don't think it took me 8 hours. I did him piece by piece over the course of a few days. So, grab my water. This is life right here. I need to drink it all. So, my goal for tonight is this. I'm going to finish this up by weaving in ends, and then I'm going to finish another one of these, and then I'm calling it a night. So if you missed my live, I'm sorry. Maybe next time. But if you catch it, that's wonderful. I really gotta stay focused. I need to eat. I got a good salad that is waiting on me. We got fresh strawberries from the farmer's market. And I'm going to put strawberries on my salad. And I'm going to, I got fresh bell peppers. I'm looking really forward to this salad. So I'm going to cut this in, and I'm going to tie a knot, because I realize that as I change colors, it may be important to tie a knot, because just in case, it shouldn't come apart even if I don't tie a knot, but I think I will, just for safety's sake. You won't see this, the customer won't see this, because it's going to be tucked on the inside. Like I say, these didn't take long. So I was watching tonight, ran across something where somebody was, it was a crochet scam, where someone was taking their photo, not the photo, the video, and they were making it as if it was their own, using AI, a mixture of AI and a real video from a fellow crocheter. And it's, it's really disturbing. It's already challenging enough that we have people that use AI for the wrong reason. But then to turn around and all this scamming, I think immediately there should be some type of note or something saying that this contains AI, and make it a little bit safer for people who really can get tricked by this thing called AI. Hello, how are you? I like talking to myself. So I'm working on some scrubbies on tonight. Yes, it can be good. Yes, it's really sad. But you have to be careful with AI because I don't know if people remember when Biden said that by the year 2030, AI was going to cause people not to think. Those were his words. And I really think so because it's too easy to put in a prompt, even if it's not a good prompt, and ask for a question like, create me a crochet pattern. And you never take the time to stop and look over it and see if it's correct. So a lot of people get scammed that way because they think it's a crochet pattern that somebody created and it's really AI generated. And it's sad. And then if you really read it, it can be very, tell Panda I said hello. Howdy, Panda. I've been seeing panda bears. I went to Walgreens, I said yesterday. And on the shelf was all these panda bears. I started to take a picture. Like, where are all these panda bears? I think these stores are starting to catch on to crochet as amigurumis, and they're starting to do different things that look just like what the crocheters are doing. It's just really weird. Yes, it really should be something that stops that and says, look, this is an AI generated pattern. And because Etsy will knock people off for some really odd reasons, but they won't stop this AI stuff until it's reported. So tonight I'm making scrubbies. I can have this one. I'm making my second one of this. I have 2 solid white ones. People like these. And then an orange, another orange. I don't know. They came out different sizes. I must have did something different with this, but that's okay. It's gotta go. It's gotta go. And I'm gonna finish this off by weaving in the ends, and then I'll get the box. I shared earlier that I had this pattern I got from Michael's, and then I call him Fred. There's Fred. And then I put a little tail on Fred, and I made his bibs crisscross. But I think he looks like the pattern. But as far as ease, it is very intermediate. I know. Polo shirt. Oh, you know what? I gotta catch up with your what you've been doing. I have to catch up. Oh my gosh, guys. Michael is doing a polo shirt. Go to his channel, MDL Crochet, and learn how to do Tunisian polo shirt. That sounds so cool. I don't know what kind of material are you using. Are you using a lightweight? Because that would be really nice for the summer. So, and then I'm going to work on my next one. I got this last year, a Grinch, little baby Grinch. I'm going to go ahead and get him out the way. See if it turns out like they show me. We'll see. It didn't say whether it was beginner or not, but it was on sale 50%, so I bought it. And I'm not going to stay on long because I haven't eaten. And I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm going to give me a salad with strawberries. I want strawberries and fresh bell peppers on it. I'm going to load it up with vegetables. I'm trying to eat healthy. Because I like cake. I don't care too much for candy. But cake, I like cakes. I think I'm a carbs, bad for you. But I like cake more than I like any type of chocolate. They can keep the chocolate. Chocolate don't taste the same. Chocolate is nasty these days. It just tastes like they did something to it. Chocolate used to be so good growing up. I remember they sent us home with these little boxes of chocolate to sell. It was like fundraiser or something for the school. They never made it to anybody's house. We ate those things up. My mom said, that was the summer you got fat. Yeah, you didn't feed us, so we ate the chocolate. Then they had to pay for it. Yes, I don't like chocolate. See, it's something about it. It just doesn't taste right. So you have a cotton for weight. Okay, but I want to see that. That ought to be really neat to see that what it turns out to look like, the colors and everything. I like to see what's going to happen with that. Come on now, don't be acting ugly, computer. This computer is on its last leg. I'm going to take it to the local priest and have them pray over it so it can last just a little bit longer. Not really, because he may have to do an exorcism on it, and I need it to stay put until I get my stuff off of it. I have to clean it off because I hope it doesn't do it tonight. But some days it will go black. And it may be because I have too much stuff on it and it's getting just old. I'm not gonna say it's old. It's older, but I love this little computer. It's like a little it's almost like I can flip it like a little iPad. And so I'm gonna try to see if I get the stuff off of it. I'm gonna see if I can salvage it. Maybe I need some more data, but I need to upgrade to Windows 11. I wish Bill Gates would go leave the computer alone. They're always changing things. It's like, I don't want to. It gives me this message when I'm on Word and it says things like, are you ready to upgrade yet? No. Your browser is is no longer being updated because you won't convert. Okay. That's fine. I'm okay. Leave my computer alone. And so I have an old Mac. My Mac. I love that little Mac. I won't let it go. It's the browser is no longer updating. It's gone. It works. It works. Hello, Panda. Yes, they always. I stopped mine from upgrading, Michael. I stopped it. No. My computer, my iPhone no longer, it keeps telling me, hey, don't you want to update? I'm like, no, I'm not updating. They changed my whole color scheme and everything one day. I'm like, you wake up and you're like, where's my stuff? No, you're not gonna do that. So I just dismantled it, and so it no longer is dismantled it. What I did something where I stop it, where I do it manually, and I haven't updated since. Whatever they say, whatever, it's not paid for yet. So if it crashes, okay. I was forced to get it because I had a app that would no longer use my old phone. My old phone worked fine, but the app wouldn't work unless I updated. So I had to run out and get this new phone. Say, okay, get me this time. I'll get you, my pretty. But I tell you, so I have this old. It's very old. 2013, I think it is. Apple computer. It works, but the browser's outdated, and some things won't work because I won't get it updated. But guess what? It has a CD-ROM in it. It has a little flash drive, where you can put your flash drive in it. Nowadays, you have to buy it piece by piece. That's not right. I wonder if I can get. I wonder if I could take the guts out of it and just replace it with something new. That's a thought. I'm gonna contact the computer geek because I like my Mac. It has. When I first got it, I had it fully loaded. I had InDesign put on it because I was into the creative world. InDesign, and I think it has Adobe Pro, and it has something else on it that's really, I can't remember the other thing that I never used. But I like my computer. I don't want anything new. It works. It's just that the internet, some things won't work, and they'll tell you. I'm like, okay, thanks for the information. But I'm still not getting rid of it. No. The Chinese are coming and they want your computers. I'm just kidding. I did read something. Speaking of the Chinese, I did read something about them. They said that they are going to not use, I can't remember exactly what the words were. If something about they were not going to be using AI for jobs, certain jobs, because they wanted to keep the human element, something to that effect. Don't mark my words, but there's some jobs that are going away because of AI. But China is like, we're not going to do that. And I think what's really kind of, I'm not going to even say scary, troubling about this is the fact that some jobs are going away. Like, for example, my vet now is using AI, and they're changing their hours and they're making the hours shorter for their staff. I don't want to talk to a computer. If my dog needs help, I don't want to talk to your AI computer. I know you guys think you're up and with it, but sometimes it's okay to be human. There's nothing, AI cannot replace authenticity. Why are you messing with the dogs? Leave the dogs and the cats alone. Leave them out of it. I can't believe this. And it's like all these jobs people are being laid off because they want to go to AI. They want to put the technology into AI. And what's going to happen is one day your electricity is not going to work because AI is generated by electricity and is cooled off by water. So what are you going to do? You cannot, never, Michael. I'm so glad. If AI could crochet, it would, but it can't. If AI can cut grass, it can come cut my grass. I bet you they may have a little robot, but I'm not going to pay for him. Come cut my grass, Mr. Robot. I bet you he get hot in that sun. This Memphis heat will cause that thing to melt. So they're building these super centers out here in Memphis too. I think I don't know where they're located. They're kind of in the hood. Why they mess with them people? And then they got some in South Haven, Mississippi. I didn't know they were doing it there. And they have these they're taking over land and stuff. I think Elon is building. I don't know if it's still there because they get 1 minute they're talking about it and people are fighting against it. Next minute they're quiet as a mouse waiting for that piece of cheese to fall off your plate. So I don't know. I just think we're moving really fast towards something that is still not regulated. Oh my gosh. You know, they told us, that's what they told us too. They said we're going to use these turbine things location, and then they decided to scratch it at the last minute once they got the approval by the greedy people, the counselors, the people that's over the city. They canned it. They'll start off, oh yes, It's going to be so wonderful, so beautiful. You guys are going to love it. You're going to get things at the speed of light. And then while our kids can't even read, they can't even write. They don't even know how to do cursive. So you're destroying a whole generation for some electronic beast that may not even be here if the sun gets too hot. It's just one of my pet peeves. One of my pet peeves. Oh, what did I do to this? You know, I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I'm running my mouth. Look at that. I know it looks cute, but it's something wrong because here's the other piece. I mean, here's the front of it. But if I put the two together, I must be using a different crochet. I'm using half double. My brain is half here. Take it down before I go too far. Kids can't read. Growing up, we used to do we used to be out in the streets. They got us, they had us on outside. You went outside. You like it's hot. I'll get outside. Yeah. We had to make believe, play Mother May I, red light, green light. We had to be in by the street lights by the time the street lights hit. Nowadays, the kids can't even get off the phone. They know. You're like, what's your phone number? Oh, let me look it up. What's your mama's number? You have to teach kids. They know I do 911 though. My little niece, when she was I don't know how old she was. She pushed 911, and when they answered, she hung up, and she thought she could just bypass it. Yeah, see. Oh, see, you bring it back. Now, if we drank from the water hose, remember them little flowers? I used to pinch the little edge and pull the little stem out all the way through the honeysuckles, and I ate it to the point I got so sick of. I got sick. Now I think I'm kind of allergic to it. Not only that, the city kids, Michael, the city kids, we know how to cut that water hose. Remember the water hydrant? We let it flow down the street. Oh, we had the best time. We had the best time with them water hydrants. And by the time they came and cut it off, we had already done our little city. Look, we didn't have to go to the city swimming pool. I swear, it came running down the street from a block away. The water hydrant come all the way down. I tell you. And then another thing we did was we take the little we were creative. They take away our creativity. The kids' creativity is gone. Yes. Sick all over the neighborhood. Yes, we did. We had the best time ever. And not only that, we used to take the little shopping carts and we made them little, they would like have the little basket, the little carts. I guess, you know what? I might be telling on myself, but I'm Generation X. And they had the little carts and they would just, they hooped it up and made like little race cars with them. These kids nowadays don't know about these shopping carts. They probably got little tractors on them now. But we had the best time. Oh my goodness. The lightning bugs. I haven't seen a lightning bug in forever. Have you? The lightning bugs, we used to make little rings, earrings, little lightning bugs. I remember catching one. I didn't really like them. I caught one and I put it in a drawer and it was gone the next morning. I'm like, I don't know where that thing went. Yes. I'm telling you, magnet. Telling you, we knew how to soup them up. The real deal. Nowadays, I don't know about these kids. See, you're missing out on the fun. The lightning bugs, their little butts lit up. Their little butts lit up, and we would take their little butt off. That was gross. And we make rings and jewelry, and they would catch them in the little jars. Yeah, lightning bugs. Gross. Gross, gross, gross. And some people had the ladybugs, you know, the June bugs. Some people would tie strings on the June bugs and let them fly around with the string. With the string. We had an apple tree in our backyard. We would go and the apples would fall. We go up in the tree and we eat apples from the tree. We had them in our yard. We had a cherry tree also in our yard. Oh, we don't have nothing nowadays. It's just dirt in the people's backyards. But we had all that. Apple trees. It was those, to me, that was what I'm talking about. These days, they don't know. They don't know a good thing if they saw it. You talk to them, I bet you they wouldn't even, if I was to show my niece a landline phone, I wonder if she would know. You had a plum, and oh, that plum tree. Whew, we used to eat. That's what we ate that. That was the day, and we walked everywhere. I didn't have a car. My first job, we had to share a phone. Remember? I hated that. Deborah, you get a phone call. Deborah, some guy called you. They don't know your business. It could be my brother. Oh, she's not here. Can I take a message? I'm sitting right there. I remember the payphones. I used to go on a payphone where I worked. I used to work in this library. I go on a payphone. Be talking, disappear. I worked in this Jesuit library, and I promise you, it was like St. Louis University's library. Matter of fact, they believe that the exorcist happened on campus, and I don't know if it's true or not, but they used to have the Bird Hall. It was a one room that had. It was boarded up, and they said that's where the little it wasn't a little girl like the movie. It really was a little boy, and that they did an exorcism on. It was a true story, but they changed it to a little girl, I guess, to make it more dramatic. But it was a little boy, and they used to say that the I don't know what his name was. Everybody there was called Father. Father, it wasn't even your dad. Hey, Father. I think his name was Father Beyonde. He might still be alive, but they used to say that he was he can't. There was a little boy that they did the exorcist on. I'm like, okay, but I know in the library they took away all the books that was pertaining to that, and the place was kind of haunted a little bit. I think I worked one time as a receptionist in the Bird Hall. And I'm sitting there, and we had I'm having flashbacks. Okay, we had this little school desk, and I was sitting up front as a receptionist, and then I guess a girl, I don't know, she wasn't my supervisor, but she was sitting behind me. And one day they had this little swinging door. You can go in and out, half door. It would swing in and out. And one day we were sitting there, and the door just like opened and closed. And I looked at her, and she looked at me. We didn't run because where are we going? If it's a Hank in the house, where you running to? But it moved by itself. And she was my witness, and I'm glad she was there. But I didn't stay there after 5 o'clock. So look. You do. Since I worked at a graduate school, are you looking to register? I can get you an application, Mr. Ghost. But that's where that was haunted. But in the library itself, when they started moving over from the books, the card catalog, to actually being online, they had me and this other girl going down inside the library. It had layers. It had layers. We went inside, we took the elevator to the second floor, got off on the second floor, and then went through the stacks, and then took the elevator down one, and then there was more books in another little room where we were. And what we did was we ended up locking that door because we were like secluded. I mean, it's like by the time security found us, it had been too late. But there was an interesting place, and there was an interesting time. And right about then was when it was time for me to depart. I got me an opportunity to go to school out of the state. So bye-bye. I don't know what she did. I don't know if they continued or if they brought somebody else down with her. But we were down there in that little basement of the library. I don't know where it was. It was in the library, inside the library, inside the library. So it had like layers. And I know they've since decorated the place. Who knows? I went back one time years ago, and it was really a pretty place. It's still a pretty place, probably, but no, thank you. It's got too many rooms. I don't like things that have hidden rooms. It's too creepy for me. Creepy. I worked at another place, and it was like a beautiful room, but in the morning when I would go in to like cut on the lights, it was like dark. And they had like these little shelves, the wooden shelves. The previous director that was there, he made all these beautiful wooden shelves. But I was like, I need you guys can you cut on some lights or something, a motion detector or something, so I can get to the light on the other side of the room? There's some old buildings. The old buildings were you have a light switch, not when you come in the door, like we have in our homes. The light switch as soon as you walk in the door. You have to walk across the room. So I was like, I need you guys to kind of put a little light here just in case I get some enemies. I don't need y'all. No, you're not gonna sneak up on me. You might get stabbed with an ink pen or something, or a pair of scissors, because I'm not walking in this room across the way. So those were the days. Ta-da! I'm telling you. I was like, Panda. No. Yes, Panda, you're right. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't care. When I worked there, it was this place that had four stories, believe it or not. And the light switches were so crazy. You go up on the second floor, you can flick the lights. It was I'm gonna tell you something. It's here in Memphis, and they're going bye-bye. So I can talk about them. Only the people that know where I worked know that I did that. It was an old mansion, and they had to keep it the same way in case they had to dismantle itself. And that's what they're doing now. They can no longer afford to stay in this place. So they had to keep it like that. They had to keep the houses as mansions. And so you go on the second floor, you can flip on the lights from the first floor, and the second floor lights will come on. But the third and fourth floors, you have to walk the stairs. Third floor, you go up there, you have to walk across the room, cut on the lights. Fourth floor, you can kind of cut it from the doorway. It was just the weirdest thing ever. And the security guard, you got enough staff? How come you can't go and do it yourself? Look, that's your job. Your security. Don't you understand? You are security. That's why they're paying you. Go up there and do the lights. Okay? And what it was is there was these little old men. You know, they get these security guards and they little old men. They can barely walk. Forgive me, but they can barely walk, and they don't want to do the lights. And it's like, look, that's what you were. That's don't count who I have because they're not here in the morning. And if there's a problem, go take it up with the person that's paying you. If I have to go to HR and let them know, I don't think you're going to be happy with me. Or what I could have did is I could have said, yeah, exactly. I could have said, I got donuts and coffee on the third and fourth floor if you want some. The donuts on the third floor and the coffee's on the fourth. I'm being silly now. That's because I need to go eat in a minute. It's interesting. I miss some of the days of old. I mean, because we were way more creative. They took away, we were talking about this today when I went to pick up something, some dog food and some stuff for my dog. We're talking about how they took away creativity. People are no longer creative. You have to run the AI. You have to run the AI just to figure out how to do something. AI can't give you answers like that. Okay, AI, I'm mad at such and such. What do I need to do? Why are you talking to AI like that? You need to grow up and figure it out. First of all, does that person know you mad at them? If they don't, I think your first thing is to let them to sit down and talk to them, not talk to me. AI should say something like this. Have you consulted with them? AI is the local. Oh, speaking of that, they got an AI Jesus. Yeah, you can take all your problems to him. He'll call you by name. You could tell everything to AI Jesus. I wouldn't do it because you don't know who's really watching you. CIA be knocking on your door. Jesus, I have a confession. Years ago, I went into the basement and I ate chocolate. Dear Jesus, years ago, I went to my teacher's house and I robbed her. And they still looking for the person. They say, you know, FBI, open up. Yeah. AI can go kick rocks. They're going to go and they're going to do all this stuff with AI. I know you want to have a competitive edge, but China's already saying, we're going to keep our humans. We're going to keep our humans employed because maybe they know something down the road that by the time everybody else is running the AI, all China has to do is do like this. Bloop, flick off their lights by satellite, get that little satellite beam beep, down on your data center. And now you can't even contact them to find out where your men in space are. Speaking of men in space, did you guys see where that one guy is really an actor? He's not even an astronaut. They like to play in our face. Like it's too many people out here that's too knowledgeable. Anyway, enough of the chit chat. I'm finishing off the orange one. And so now I don't know what I'm going to do. I need to start preparing for the winter markets. So I have, they're good and strong too, because I put two together. 2 orange, 2 white and orange. They're smaller. I don't know why. It's done is better than perfect. They're going to still go for the same price. And 2 solid white. So I have a total of 6. And I'm going to probably do some more because these, they really like that. Different colors. I have a lot of those. I think scrubby type material and Fred. So we're going to go eat. Yes. I'm going to see you guys later. I'm going to eat. Look. They made their own. They made their own wrestling belts from cardboard. Talk about creativity. I cooked tree leaves for greens. Yes, creativity. And I tell you, we really need to bring that back. We need to bring it back. The people back years ago, they even wrote better. You read some of their writing, it's just impeccable compared to today. So I'm going to eat dinner. Thank you, Panda. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everyone else. Thank you, those who watch again. Fred says, good night. I'm hungry.